What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? Yeah. Welcome to Voodoo in the Woods. Woods is he's here, but he's not. He's here in spirit. He had to take care of some business. So I'm gonna run this one solo for today. Um we have a fantastic card here. We have UFC 269, Oliveira versus Poirier. This one has been a long time coming. The it seems the the ducks are in alignment for Mr. Poirier from the money fight to money fights. Now the title. We'll find out on Saturday. Oliveira, long road to the top. He's finally there. Will Poirier take it from him? This is what we're here to discuss today. So, let's jump into this flyweight division, this females prelim. Priscilla Cachetta versus Jillian Robertson. Jillian Robertson is a very good grappler. We know that about her. But Priscilla seems to be a good grappler as well. And if I remember correctly, she's got some good punches too. She hits hard. Her last three losses have been to Luana Carolina, Molly McCann, and Valentina Shevchenko. So she's been in there already with the very best. First losing to Valentina Shevchenko in 2018, and then losing two more times to the ladies. But she's come on a win streak since. 2-fight win streak. Last person being Mazzani, which was not a bad fight for her, and sounds like a quick turnaround. Well, not that quick, but quick enough. So now it's December. She's fighting again. Last time she fought was back in May. So now she's getting back in there. She's going against Juliana Robertson, who's 9-6, Canadian. Lost her last fight. Beat Caitlin Chukagian. Before that, lost 3 fights in a row. Just based on what I see here, if I look at the records, even though Robertson is number 21 in the rankings, Priscilla seems to have a better shot. You know, it seems she's figured it out, and I see her defending the takedown, keeping the fight on the feet, and her toe tagging Juliana Robertson. So Juliana, if not knocked out in the third round, or stopped in the third round, I should say, maybe not by KO, maybe TKO in the third round, or unanimous decision. That's what I see. But I'm leaning more towards that TKO. In our next fight, in our bantamweight division, we have Randy Costa versus Tony Kelly. Tony Kelly. Randy Costa being 6-2, Kelly 7-2. Whenever we have individuals, Randy Costa I've seen before, the Zohan fella, I've seen him before, but it's been a while. It's been a while. He's 5'9". Keep that in mind. Last person we saw him fight was Adrian Yanez. Yes, back in July. I remember this. Adrian Yanez caught him with some good shots in the second round. Excellent technical fight between the two of them, by the way. Now, he's going to be going in there against Tony Kelly. Prime time, he likes to call himself. Prime time. He's 5'9", so there is no advantage in regards to reach. But this guy's coming off a win. He fought Ali Al-Qaisi. This is a 50-50 type toss-up match for me. I don't see like anything that stands out to me here. It's a 50-50. Anyone can win this one, and it wouldn't really matter. So if I was to flip a coin, where would that coin land? Will it land Randy? Will it? Or will it land prime time? I'm not sure. I guess it landed on Randy. It is what it is. He's higher in the rankings. Must be for a reason. Split decision. It's gonna be I foresee a close matchup. Now we move on to the featherweight division, which we have Ryan Hall versus Derek Minor. Derek Minor, 26 fights, 12 losses. Very good wrestler, if I remember correctly. Let me dive in there. Let me see what's going on in here. Mr. Minor is 5'7". He last lost to Darren Elkins. He got grounded and pounded in the second round. I think I remember now. Minor, very good technical fighter, but against Derek Minor or Darren Elkins, he pushed too hard and he got tired. But he has beaten Charles Rosa, TJ Lermy, lost to Grant Dawson, but he's beaten Terrence McKinney before, triangle choke. So he's got some good grappling, some good mixed martial art fighting, but he's going to be going in there against the ace, Ryan the Wizard Hall. In Ryan's last fight against Topuria toe tagged him in the first round. I mean, I don't know what was going on with this guy, but he didn't look right. He didn't seem like he wanted to be in there. He didn't have the reflexes of a fighter in the cage, and he got knocked out. So now he's making his return. Oh, he got knocked out back in July, by the way. Now he's making his return against Derek Minor. Minor will be best served if he stayed away from the ground. Not that he's not good enough. It's that Ryan Hall is just so slick. He's so slick. If Minor fights a good mixed martial arts battle, instead of getting down there and trying to do some jiu-jitsu, Minor should win it by split decision. If not, unanimous decision. Because he can control with cage work, put him on a fence, He might just pull guard, though. That's the thing about Ryan Hall. If you put him on the fence, he'll just pull guard right there on the fence. It's going to be a tough match. Ryan Hall is 29 in the rankings and Minor 43 in the rankings. So what do you do? What do you do in a situation like this? I'm guessing perhaps maybe Ryan Hall. I think Ryan Hall is going to catch him. I think he'll catch him. He's just too good. He's too good. But he can't do what he did in his last fight. Minor does have decent striking that can nullify his opponent. So it'll be nice if he fought strategically and not let his ego regarding his ground prowess get the best of him. If he allows that to happen, then you know how that goes. It is what it is. He'll get submitted. So we're moving on to fight number 4. Fight number 4, we have Alex Perez versus Matt Schnell. Alex Perez. That's the homie. That's the homie's homie. Let that be known. Now, Matt Schnell. Let's jump into Matt Schnell. Danger. He likes to call himself Danger. He's 5'8", 31 years old. 5'8". American top team. Okay. He last lost to Bontorin by unanimous decision. He beat Tyson Nam by split decision. Tyson Nam is a very good striker, not very good on the ground, but he's good enough. He's good enough to be a mixed martial artist. Okay, I see where his level is. He lost to Alexandre Pantoja. Overhand right, knocked him clean out. He's going to be going in there. Oh, but he did beat Luis Moca, Naoki Inoue, Jordan Espinoza. He's lost to Rob Font. He's been in there with some decent fighters. Now he's going to be going in there against Alex Perez. Alex Perez don't play. He don't got a nickname, but he's 5'6". What you don't know is he's from Timoyama. Timoyama. That means his wrestling is going to be on point. His timing is going to be on point. His striking to clinch to takedown is going to be on point. It's going to be a good fight. It's going to be a good fight. I might even look at this as my first candidate for fight of the night. Potentially, my first candidate for fight of the night. But who's going to win? I'm going with Alex, just because he's the homie's homie. Straight up. Straight up. And he's from Timoyama. It is what it is. No hard feelings, Mr. Schnell. No hard feelings. Now we move on to fight number 5. We have Aaron Blanchfield at 7-1 versus Miranda Maverick. Say no mas. You are fighting Miranda Maverick. You're in trouble. I'm going with Miranda Maverick to win this one by unanimous decision or possible knockout in the second or third round. Yes. Aaron is very new to the game. Let's take a look at her record. Cold-blooded is a nickname. Nice nickname. I like it. 5'4". Maverick is taller than that. She did beat Sarah Alpar. She did beat Sanchez. She beat Victoria Leonardo. Lost to Tracy Cortez, only person she lost to. Cortez. If she can lose to Cortez, she's definitely gonna lose to Maverick. Maverick ain't no joke unless she catches Maverick slipping, some kind of clipping or something like that. Fear the Maverick. 5'3". They're gonna be evenly matched in regards to height. Okay, the House of Muay Thai. Last person she lost to was Missy Barber in her last fight by split decision. That one could have gone either way. Missy Barber, we know, she had a lot of hype not too long ago, but she was very good. The hype was real, so it is what it is. Aaron Blanchfield versus Missy Barber. I got Missy Barber. I have emotional investment in Missy Barber, so I'll go with her by either unanimous decision or second or third round stoppage. I don't think Maverick can stop her in the first. She's going to be tough in the first. So therefore, Miranda Maverick. And we move on to fight number 6. Andre Munoz versus Eric Anders. Andre Munoz versus Eric Anders. Eric Anders is currently 47 in a light heavyweight division. Andre Munoz is 16 in the middleweight division. They're going to be fighting at middleweight. So Anders is cutting down to go down to middleweight. Okay. Let's take a look at Andre Munoz, Brazilian fella, 21-4. Sergipano. I don't know what that means. He's 6'1", 31 years old, 78 inches on the reach. He beat Sosa. He beat Fabinsky, Araujo. Entered in the contender series. He beat Taylor Johnson by rear naked choke. He did lose back in 2016 against Asmat Murzakanov, a Russian fella, it sounds, at the United Caucasian Fight Championship. He's had a pretty good career. He's seen more wins than losses. He should be the man where he comes from. he should be the man because he's currently on a 2, 4, 6, 7 fight win streak. 2017 till now. Now he's going to be going in there against Eric Anders, who's dieted down. Your boy Eric Anders, who's dieted down from light heavyweight 205, coming down to 185. So because he's coming down one division, I'm gonna put a strike against him. Just keeping when I'm weighing it out in my head, that's a strike. That's a lot of weight. So, well, anyways, Eric Anders. There was a no contest against Darren Stewart previously, and then that match. Oh, back in the March of 2021, they had a rematch. 2021, July, and your boy did his thing. He won by unanimous decision. But before that, he lost to Jotko. He went on a 2-fight win streak. He beat Mirchat, Morera. He lost to some good fighters. He's won and he's lost, okay? But the thing that I'm noticing about Eric Anders is he's becoming more mature as a fighter. In the cage, he's more mature. He's more calculated. He looks for the openings. He's more careful now, and Eric Anders also is fast. He's very fast. So he was very successful in the light heavyweight division because of this. But since he's coming down, usually the guys below are faster than the guys above because they're carrying less weight. So the speed might be nullified there, depending on how Andre Munoz decides to fight on this particular night. He's been known to armbar, rear naked choke, armbar, He's got a knockout or two here and there, but he's mainly a jiu-jitsu fella. As you can see, arm triangle, DARS, plethora of submissions, different ways of submitting. He's utilizing his jiu-jitsu to the max. So we have a striker versus a jiu-jitsu artist. A jiu-jitsu striker who's coming down in weight to go against a jiu-jitsu artist. Jiu-jitsu artist will have more cardio just because he won't be cutting as much weight. Or who knows. But following the numbers, I think it favors Andre Munoz in this particular match. He's had more fights, more wins, and he could very well get knocked out cold by Eric Anders. But safe bet, safe money tells me to pick Andre Munoz because Andre Munoz, he finishes. So it is what it is. I'm going to go with Andre Munoz to win this one by submission in the third round. I see him taking his back, choking him off from behind. That's what I see. Munoz. All right, we move on to fight number 7, in which we have Bruno Silva versus Jordan Wright. If I remember correctly, Jordan Wright is the Beverly Hills Ninja. That's right, the Beverly Hills Ninja. He's 30 years old, 6'2", from Beverly Hills, California. He trains with Coach Anthony Hardon. Dutch style kickboxing. But the thing here is Jordan Wright, his style of striking is comparable to a karate artist. Um, he can mix it. Well, the thing about karate is this: karate doesn't throw hooks and uppercuts, so their straight punches are clean, especially the reverse punch. Um, I'm guessing Anthony Hardong is here to help Jordan Wright learn the hook and the uppercut and add that to his game. Sure, karate has a plethora of kicks, snapping kicks, which is going to be great for him, whip kicks, roundhouse kicks, side kicks. So he already knew how to kick before he met Anthony Hardong. But Hardong will teach him the the combinations of strikes that will improve his karate base, right? So that's what's going on with Jordan Wright. Jordan Wright is going to be going in there with this Brazilian fella, Bruno Silva, 21 and what? 21 and 6. Uh, blindado. He's a very big man, 32 years old, 6 foot, 7'4" on the reach, 6-5 win streak. But he's new to the UFC. I mean, they're both relatively new to the UFC. But in the UFC, he's beaten Andrew Sanchez and he's been beaten Wellington Thurman, both by knockout. Sanchez by a third round knockout. Thurman by first round knockout. So he came into the UFC just flashing, knocking suckers out left and right. Before that, he fought for M1 Challenge. One thing I know about M1 Challenge is lots of Russians. Where there's Russians, there's super wrestling. Where there's Russians, there's excellent kickboxing. Like Sambo kickboxing, you know, that very good boxing combined with roundhouse kicks and beautiful kicks. The very, very balanced strikers the Russians are. I really enjoy watching their strikers. Most of I mean, if you look back, we have Oleg Taktarov. We have that one short dude. Oh, I can't remember his name. Oh, his boxing was some of the best boxing I've ever seen. But he was Igor, not Shevchenko. That's the girl. Vovzhevchin or something like that. I can't remember his name. Anyways, Igor was pretty sick. Some of the best hands back in the 90s, in the beginning of the UFC. You know what I mean? So when I say I enjoy Russian striking, you know what I mean? They do their thing. So M1 Global is a very, very tough place to come up. And he went there and he won 2 fights by knockout in the first round. So this guy's a striker, a good striker, very good with his hands. He's gonna close the distance on Jordan. He's gonna close his distance. He's gonna touch him. He's gonna jab him. Jordan's gonna kick. He'll do his kicks. He'll try and keep the distance. But it seems to me that this Bruno Silva fella will blitz him with good speed. He'll follow a kick in or a punch. He'll follow it in. Put pause on him. He'll try and use speed to put pause on him. If it goes past the second round into the third, Jordan might have a chance, but I don't think it's going to go that far. I think Jordan's going to get blitzed. Bruno's going to steamroll right over him and stop him in the second round. I think Jordan Wright is good enough to withstand that first round, take a lot of damage, but he'll fall off in the second round. I don't think he's going to pass the first round. Just don't think so. I don't think so. This Bruno fellow is a devastating type dude. He likes to put him out in the first round. When you look at his record, mostly first round knockouts. So it ain't gonna be easy for Jordan Wright. No, I don't think so. You know, Jordan Wright's ranked number 58. Bruno is a 26. There's levels to this shit, like they would say. So there you go. Then we move on to fight number 8. Fight number 8, we have Augusto Sakai versus Tai Tuivasa. Sakai is ranked 11. Tuivasa is 13. This is going to be a banger. This is my second choice for fight of the night candidate. Yes. They're gonna bang. Bruno Silva from the previous fight, I think he might get a performance bonus. For real. But Augusto Sakai to Tai Tuivasa, 15-3, 13-3. At the heavyweight division, it's anybody's shot, man. Anybody can win. This particular match that's gonna happen, anybody can win this one. But I will say Augusto Sakai has very good footwork for a big dude. His boxing is decent. Tai Tuivasa has good power. He's starting to develop his kicks. Both of them can kick. But Tuivasa has recently added kicking to his game, which elevated his stock a little bit. But I don't know if he's going to be able to beat Sakai. Sakai's jiu-jitsu is also very good. So if Sakai has an out. If it doesn't work out standing, take him to the ground. And I think he'll be able to accomplish that and finish the match on the ground if he has to. I go with Augusto Sakai to win this one by submission in the third round. Yeah. Now we move on to fight number 9. Fight number 9. We have Pedro Munoz versus Dominic Cruz. Pedro Munoz, Dominic Cruz. Pedro Munoz is currently number 8. Dominic Cruz number 10. So these are top 10 competition right here. Pedro Munoz, 19-6, Brazilian, living in America. He speaks fluent English. The Young Punisher is his nickname. He's brilliant in the cage. The last person he lost to was Jose Aldo. I believe he went in there and he gave Jose Aldo too much respect. He respected him too much. They were both countrymen, and he respected Aldo too much. And Aldo pieced him up by unanimous decision. I remember that fight. This was back in, I think August. Back in August. But, prior to that, he beat Jimmy Rivera by unanimous decision. He lost to Frankie Edgar, lost to Aljamain Sterling. Split decision to Frankie Edgar, Aljamain Sterling, unanimous decision. He out-wrestled him. But he beat Cody Garbrandt. He beat Brian Caraway. He beat Brad Johnson. So he's beating some credible fighters, He's beating some credible fighters. But on the other side, we have Dominic, the Dominator Cruz. It is what it is. I mean, he might have a ugly shadow boxing footwork, but it works for him. That's all that matters. He doesn't give a damn what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? As long as that stuff is working for him, it is what it is. But his footwork is unnecessary. It is what it is. His career reaches far back to 2005 when he first started. He came in and he started whooping on people. He beat Castro. He beat McClellan. He beat Schwager. He beat Donahue. He beat Hendricks. He beat Barner. He's just beating them until he ran to Uriah Faber at WEC 26. And this was his first loss. Uriah Faber choked him out. And this was the beginning of a long rivalry between between Dominic Cruz himself versus the entire gym of Uriah Faber, the alpha males. You will come to see that he fought a few alpha males in his career. Um, After the loss to Uriah Faber, he went back on the tear. He started beating him again, beating him again. Eventually, he captured the title and he defended it. He defended it. And then, after some time, like around 2010 or so, 2011, the UFC purchased WEC, purchased the contract of all the fighters in the WEC. And the ones that they wanted, they moved over to the UFC. And the others, I guess they give him the walking paper, business. Then he had his rematch. When he came back to the UFC, he had his rematch with Uriah Faber, in which he beat Uriah. He beat Demetrius Johnson, Mizugaki, TJ Dillashaw. He fought Uriah again and beat him, right? Then he lost to Cody Garbrandt. Between all this, by the way, he was out for like 3-4 years due to injury. He was out. He used to fight on Versus. Can't believe it. He used to fight on Versus. But anyways, so many injuries. He should have more fights on his record, but the injuries kept piling up, blowing out his knees, And now he's back. I guess he's well. In the meantime, he was doing commentating work, which he did a fantastic job. Then he came back. He beat Uriah. He beat TJ Dillashaw, took his belt in a split decision. He beat Uriah and defended it, and he lost it. Oh, yeah, TJ was an alpha male, Cody Garbrandt, alpha male, and he lost it to the alpha male, Cody Garbrandt, and that was that. He came back. I think he was injured again. Came back, and he fought Henry Cejudo, in which he lost. He took a knee, and came back, beat Casey Kenny in split decision. If you know LFA, you know Casey Kenny, former champion. So this is a battle of two old dogs though. That's the thing. 35-year-old and how old is Dominic? Dominic what? 36. They're still in the prime of their life. I mean, physically, because I did this when I was 36 as well. I started when I was 36. They as long as they're training really hard, their body will be able to continue to perform at such a high level, and they've always done it. So muscle memory is there. But in regards to who wins this one, may the best man win. I like both of them. Dominic Cruz has been to the top already, I'm sure he wants that belt back. Pedro Munoz has never been there, so I would look at him as the underdog, and I will root for him because he's never won a championship. He's never really gotten paid, and he's never won a championship. So I will root for him to win this and, move on up the ladder. Dominic will be fine, He'll be fine. Even if he loses this match, he's not going to get fired from the UFC or anything like that. He's only had 3 losses, and he's lost to champions. You know what I'm saying? Uriah Faber was a champion. TJ Dillashaw, champion. Henry Cejudo, Olympic gold medalist, double champion, triple C. You know what I mean? So he's only lost to champions. So if Pedro Munoz is able to beat him, that's a huge boost for Pedro Munoz. And when it comes to someone deserving, I say Pedro Munoz deserves it. I say he deserves it. But Dominic Cruz ain't just going to give it to him. Pedro got to go get that. So this is a 50-50, man. Doesn't matter to me. who wins, but it will pay Pedro Munoz a lot more to win this match than Dominic Cruz. Dominic Cruz just wants the A spot, but Munoz needs to look attractive so he can, be an option somewhere down the line, for an emergency title fight or uh, some kind of money fight. So opportunities can present themselves if he can win this match. So good luck to Pedro Munoz. Good luck to Dominic Cruz. We'll see what happens. Now we move on to fight number 10. This fight number 10 will headline the prelims, in which we have Josh Emmett versus Dan Ige. Dan Ige, 50K. This fight will be taking place in a featherweight division, by the way. Ige is number 11. His opponent, Josh Emmett, is number 9 on the rankings. Ige is 30, 5'7", 50K. He's tasted gold before, as he's a former champion somewhere. The last person he fought was Chang Sung-jung. I believe that's the Korean Zombie. Korean Zombie won by unanimous decision, but it was a hell of a match. Ige showed great heart. It was what it was, but he beat Gavin Tucker. He lost to Calvin Kattar, but he beat Edson Barboza by split decision. Misha Bektik, he beat him. Aguilar, Henry, Griffin, Santiago. He's beaten some decent fighters, and he's been in the UFC since 2018. He's a veteran of the UFC now. He came in through the Contender Series, in which he rear naked choked Luis Gomez. So really, he's been in the UFC since 2017, really. And he's still here. He's still here. He's going to be going in there against Josh Emmett. Josh Emmett, man. Josh Emmett is 36 years old, by the way. He's 5'6". Not much difference there. Josh Emmett annihilated Shane Burgos in his last match back in 2020, June of 2020. He fought so hard, he broke his body on his opponent. So this is kind of, when it comes to fight of the night, I think this one will supersede everything that I've mentioned before. So why don't we just erase the table and start here? Start here at fight of the night, candidate number 1, because the performance that you're about to witness in this particular matchup is going to be such that the other ones will be overlooked. They will be overlooked. This is why Dan Ige versus Josh Emmett is going to headline the prelims on this very day. So, but who's going to win, though? That's the question. Who's going to win? Head movement, footwork, kicks are going to all come into play. Grapple to tire the opponent and then finish him off with the striking again. Dan Ige's got great grappling too. Emmett, excellent wrestling. That's another alpha male right there. So this one's a very difficult one to call because they're both very good. And Ige has been in the ring much more. When I say much more recent, as Josh Emmett has been hurt for over a year, recuperating. This is his first fight back, but he's still ranked number 9. That's a respect that the company is giving him. They won't take his position from him. They won't move him down. But he's still top 10. Top 10 is where it's at. And Ige wants a piece of that. And it is what it is. Ige's going to have to do what he's got to do. But Emmett ain't going to have it. They both have heart. It's gonna be a barn burner, this one, number 10 fight. So Josh Emmett versus Dan Ige. I flip my coin. It lands Josh Emmett. It lands Josh Emmett. It is what it is. He's high in the ranking. His record is better. So I think he knows how to win matches. If he doesn't knock you out, he'll outclass you with his movement. You know? So I'm going with Josh Emmett. I don't know why I did that, but I'm going with Josh Emmett. So now we move into the main card. This is where the broadcast is gonna cut off, and you're gonna have to go to the internet and pay for your pay-per-view, because everything from this point on to the main event, pay-per-view dollars, baby. You know, fight number 11, we have Sean O'Malley versus Rulon Paiva. Let's jump into Paiva real quick. Paiva is number 18 in the rankings, 21-3. Paiva, how tall is he? He's 5'8", 69.5 inch reach advantage. Okay. Santana, Brazil. All right. He's also a team alpha male. He's currently on a 3-5 win streak. He beat Kyler Phillip by majority decision. Zulgas Zumagulov by unanimous. Mark De La Rosa by overhand right. He lost two, one to Karakara and a referee stoppage to Bontorin. Besides that, he also lost to Luis Lacedo by Anaconda choke way back in 2015 at EFC 15. But he's used to winning, this guy. He's used to winning. But he's used to winning. He's going to be shooting for his life because his opponent, Sean O'Malley, is a very long fella, right? Manages distance very well. Pick you apart if you allow him to. He's currently 21-3. They call him Sugar. He's currently on a 2-5 win streak. He beat this kid up, Motinho. He beat him like a drum. He beat Chris Motinho like a drum. He beat him for, how long did he beat him for? He beat him for 14 minutes and 33 seconds. He beat him for 14 minutes and 33 seconds. Toe tagging him, but the kid won't go down. Chris Motinho just wouldn't go down. He wouldn't go to sleep. You know, he wanted to keep going, and he kept going until the referee was like, you know what, man, I've had enough. But before that, he beat Thomas Almeida. He lost to Chito Vera, in which something was wrong with his leg, and he had one leg, and Teacher Chito went in and took him out. What's up, brother?
He's the best. Voodoo is the best. But where are you at? Oh, Takeo Pal says, "Hey guys, you never give me a shout out. If you get my brother's shout out, that's rude. It's in my hands. Hello. Okay, I see you. So Takeo, we see you as well. But where are we at in the card?
Good Voodoo man. Your voice is labored. It's like,
because I'm walking. I just have to run in. But where are we at in the card?
The voice is it's like stretched.
Okay, hold on.
It's talking like this.
Don't mind me.
Go in and come back. All right. So like we were saying, Sean O'Malley, the kid's got something. He's got something. He's figured it out. I'm a fan. He's got very good striking. He understands how to build a platform, and he rocks the mic like very few in his division. He's the man in his division. when it comes to total package, Sean O'Malley is the man. When I see successes like this, I want to encourage it. I want to encourage it. This is the blueprint that Connor laid out. This kid is just following, man. But he found his own unique style, right? Connor is the guy with the suits. This kid, he's the guy with the hair. Find your own thing and do you, right? And then believe in it. And practice public speaking. So when you're in front of an audience, it just flows. Then you're not, pressured by the moment. You should live in the moment. When there's a microphone in front of you, you should enjoy the whole experience. No time for anxiety. No time for fear of an audience. They're there for you. Talk to your pupil. Talk to, you know what I mean? Talk to them. Talk to them. And Sean O'Malley does a great job of that. He's become a master. He's gonna get paid. When his contract runs out and they give him a new contract, he's gonna get paid. He's gonna get paid because he's been on several pay-per-views now. Several pay-per-views. And that's saying something. That's saying something. He's the highest revenue generator in his division, that bantamweight division. It is what it is. There's some good fighters in that division. They can all say whatever they want to say. But Sean O'Malley is the one that's pushing the envelope. It is what it is. Pushing, moving the envelope, moving the needle, whatever you want to call it. In the bantamweight division, no one can deny that Sugar Sean O'Malley is a complete package. It is what it is. So, because of the success story, I'm going with Sugar Sean O'Malley to win this one. I would like to see a stiff rigor mortis knockout no later than the second round. It could be a spinning kick. It could be a knee. Possible knee. When Paiva dives in for that, I'm sure he's been working on, what I mean? Moving back, dropping the knee, or trying to catch it at the same time. Either way, I would like to see Sean O'Malley springboard into the stratosphere. Just so the young fighters can have more examples of the complete package. What do I mean by the complete package? I'm talking about oh yeah, I'm sorry. I lost my train of thought. I'm talking about fighting skills, of course. Then I'm talking about the microphone skills. When that microphone's in front of you, what are you going to do with it? You use it to plant seeds into the minds of your fans. Leave them with something to expect. So when you come back, they know you're following through on what you planted, right? And water it often. Let it hit the sun, right? And you're going to do that with your social media. Talk to your audience. Talk to your fans every now and then. Do this and do that with your fans, Connect with your fans. And once you have that, you plant the seed by speaking on a microphone. You maintain that seed by watering it and putting it out in the sun. And that's your platform, right? So when it's time to fight, everything's already in order. Everything's in order. So for Sean O'Malley to win this one, It will be good for MMA. The same way Conor was great for MMA, O'Malley's on pace to be great for MMA. We need more guys like this. We need more guys like this. It's time that MMA pay scale rises. And the only way it's going to rise is guys understand the trinity: fight skills, microphone skill, and platform. Once you can put those three together, things will change. Things will change. So it is what it is. Sugar Sean O'Malley, knockout, second round. We move on to the 12th fight of the evening in the flyweight division. Cody Garbrandt versus Kyoko France. Cody Garbrandt is going to be dropping weight for the first time. He's going down to 125. How will this affect him? I saw him speak in an interview and he said, I should have been at this weight all along. When he makes a comment like that, it makes me think in my mind that he can make the weight, no problem. That tells me he can make the weight, no problem. Which is fine. Kyoko France, we already know he's already a flyweight. Number 6 flyweight, by the way. Number 6 flyweight going against number 15 bantamweight. A 135er is going to be coming down to 125 to see what's up. He wants to take a run for the title. He wants to win title in 2 weight classes, Cody Garbrandt. Kyoko France, let's dive into him real quick. 22 wins, 9 losses. He comes from City Kickboxing in New Zealand. He's approximately 5'4", 6'6" reach. He lost to Brandon Royval in one of the most beautiful matches I've ever seen back in 2020. He beat Tyson Nam by unanimous decision back then too. He lost to Brandon Moreno, unanimous decision. And prior to that, he was doing major things. Major things. The man's an excellent striker. Very good hands. Very good hands. Cody Garbrandt. At 135, he was so fast. No love. So fast. So fast. He's 5'8". 5'8". So he's going to be the bigger guy in this division. So I'm guessing he's coming down there to throw his weight around, bully his way to a win, to a title. Nothing wrong with it if he can make the weight. TJ Dillashaw tried it, and it didn't work out. So it is what it is. In his last bantamweight fight, he fought Rob Font. Rob Font outboxed him, unanimous decision. But before that, he beat Sun Sao. Remember, he did that. Bam! Knocked his block off. What the hell was a Sun Sao thinking? But he beat a Sun Sao. But prior to that, he lost to Pedro Munoz by knockout. Pedro Munoz, we talked about him earlier. He's going to be being that first fighter of the night candidate. And then he fought TJ Dillashaw twice. The first time TJ took his belt. The second time TJ defended his belt and beat him again. And before that, he took the belt from Dominic Cruz. He beat Mizugaki, Almeida. All fighters knocked out in the first round. Mendez, Brimage. Just, he's got power in his hands. Kyoko France, he's got common sense. He's got the recipe to beat Cody Garbrandt, I believe. Cody Garbrandt could very well knock him out, but I believe Kyoko France has better footwork better boxing. He is shorter though. That's a problem. Cody Garbrandt is bigger, and he might be just as fast. Cody Garbrandt is 4 inches taller than him. That's significant. I'm sorry, Car fans. I think Cody's going to take your spot. That size advantage is huge. Huge. I mean, Car France not going to pull guard and try and fight on the ground. It's going to be a stand-up battle. And I think Garbrandt is good enough to hold off the little guy. I was going to go Car France until I realized there's a 4-inch reach advantage. France is fast, but so is Cody. What's Cody going to do? Is he going to establish the jab and fight from distance? Who knows? I think he's going to revert back to his old self, which is brawl and kill. It is what he does. That's where he thrives, in that space. Can't be mad at it. I'm going to change my mind and go Cody Garbrandt. Cody Garbrandt by unanimous decision or knockout. But I'm leaning more towards unanimous decision. And that brings us to fight number 13. Fight number 13. We have Jeff Neal versus Santiago Ponzinibio. Let's jump into Ponzinibio first. Ponzinibio was recently injured and made his return and beat Miguel Baeza, right? No, he fought Jillian Lee and lost by a left hook knockout. But last time we saw was back in 2018. He had surgery. After the Neil Magny fight, he had surgery. And when he came back in 2021 against Lee, he got toe tagged. Last person he lost to was Lorenz Larkin. And before that, Ryan LaFleur. But, the man's a winning man. He's only lost 4 matches. He's been in there with some very, very noticeable names. Neil Magny, Mike Perry, Gunnar Nelson, Zach Cummins, Court McGee, Lawrence Larkin, Sean Strickland, and he beat Sean Strickland. He's been in there with some very good fighters. But let me go to the other side. In 13-4, he's lost to Neil Magny by unanimous decision. Stephen Wonderboy Thompson by unanimous decision. Magny is a master grappler. Master grappler. He might not finish you, but he will dominate and win by unanimous decision. We'll get to Hamzat and Magny in a minute. Stephen Wonderboy Thompson manages distance really well. You're going to have to chase him down to catch him. And if you can't catch him, it's too bad. It's too bad. Oh, shout out to Marquise. What's up? What's up, Marquise Powell? Shout out to Marquise Powell real quick. To Kia Powell. Shout out to y'all, you know what I'm saying? I didn't realize that I can see the the messages thing, But shout out to both of y'all, man, I hope all is well. I'll see you at work tomorrow. So, Santiago, Jeff, Neal. Santiago's got very good ground, but he also has very good striking. Very good striking. So, I'm thinking this might be another possible fight of the night candidate. I feel it. These guys are going to be chunking them, slinging leather, like they say, or as they say. They're going to be chunking them and slinging leather. Oh, my goodness. It's going to be bananas. But we still have to pick a winner. One is 14, one is 15. Santiago Ponzinibio is 15 only because he lost those years to injury. He's worthy of being in the top 10. Jeff is 14. But it doesn't mean Jeff will knock him out. I think Ponzinibio has more tools such that he can win by split decision, if not finish. It is like that. It's like that. So I'm gonna go with Santiago Ponzinibio. I see a submission. I see a submission, and if there's no finish in this match, it'll be a split decision victory to Ponzinibio. He knows how to win matches. Now we move on to fight number 14, and also so happens to be the first title match of the evening. We also have the co-main event of this very evening. We have Amanda Nunes, the Lioness, versus Juliana Pena. Nunes, 21-4. Pena, 10-4. Let's dive into the young Nunes. Pena. The Venezuelan vixen. Interesting story. Fought at Excite Fight, IFC, Cage Sports, Excite Fight. Her first loss came to Sarah Moras. Then she came back and lost to Deanne Bennett, unanimous decision. And then she did some exhibition matches. What are these exhibition matches? These are the Ultimate Fighter matches. She beat Gina Mazzani, she beat Shayna Baszler, and then she beat Sarah Moras, granting her season 18 winner of the Ultimate Fighter. Now she's in the UFC. She beat Jessica Rakos, Milana Dudieva, Jessica I, Kazingano, and then she ran into Valentina Shevchenko. She caught an armbar in the second round. I remember this. Came back and beat Nico Montano. Lost to Jermaine Durandam in guillotine choke. Came back and beat Sarah McMahon. Now she's facing the champ. Some people will say, that record is not so impressive. Why did she get to fight for the title? I'll tell you why she got to fight for the title. She spoke up. She spoke it into existence. She got on the mic and she said, no one is challenging Amanda Nunes. What is this? Why is no one calling her out? Well, I'm calling you out. I want to fight you. You're supposed to fight me. I'm the only one you've never fought. She grabbed the mic and exercised her rights. She helped the promoters or the matchmakers. She helped them do their job pretty much. And she did such a good job of it. It caught the attention of the people. Then it caught the attention of the matchmakers. Then it caught the attention of the UFC in total. They made the fight for a few months ago. Amanda Nunes couldn't do it. So they rescheduled for this Saturday. Now they're meeting each other. Amanda Nunes, 5'8", 33 years old, born in 1988. I remember those days. I was in boarding school in Africa, Lagos, Nigeria. Anyways, Amanda Nunes. Last person she beat, Megan Anderson. Before that, Felicia Spencer. Before that, Jermaine Durandam. Before that, Holly Holmes. Before that, Chris Cyborg. Before that, Raquel Pennington. Before that, Valentina Shevchenko. Before that, Ronda Rousey. Before that, Miesha Tate. 2016, she captures the title. And she's been defending it since. When I mentioned Chris Cyborg 4 fights ago, back in 2018, she captured yet another title. Double champ. Only fighter in history UFC history to defend both belts continuously. Only fighter. Usually, someone has to drop a belt. But Amanda Nunes has dropped down to 135, defended, gone up to 145, defended. She is a champion. They call her the GOAT. Greatest of all time. Greatest of all time. The ranking says at bantamweight that Amanda Nunes is number 12. Somebody's got this wrong because she's clearly champion. Champion. That's what she is. Not number 12 in the rankings. That must be a typo. But anyways, Juliana Pena is a tough wrestler. One thing you know about wrestlers is they keep coming no matter what you throw at them. She's not going to get tired. She's either going to get caught or caught. She's either going to get caught or caught. Either submission or separated from consciousness, to quote Joe Rogan. I want to support Juliana Pena. I do. I think she deserves to be a champion. I just don't think it's going to be during Amanda Nunes' reign. When Amanda retires, I think she'll have a chance. But right now, Amanda is just too sweet, too good. I've missed Amanda Nunes. I've missed her. I've missed you, Amanda. I miss your performances. Your delivery of that two-hand to the jaw is always so precise. They all drop to it. She doesn't throw much hooks. If you really watch Amanda Nunes, she stays at distance and just throws those hands. She launches them in like missiles. She's throwing them 1-2s down the pipe. I mean, she'll throw an uppercut or hook here and there, but she keeps it simple. She keeps it simple. And it trips her out sometimes how simple it is for her. that she's able to beat them with just a 1-2 combination. I can see it in her eyes. I'm surprised no one's ever asked her. But Juliana's going to try and take this fight to the ground, try and put her on the fence. She might be successful a few times, but it ain't going to last. Amanda's going to break free, and then she's going to light her up. She might capture Amanda Nunes again, put her on the fence, stall, take her to the ground, stall. Or maybe Amanda would take her to the ground just on GP status. She's been known to do stuff like that. Oh, you think you're better at grappling? Well, why don't we grapple then? She's been known to do that. So I wouldn't be surprised or shocked if I saw Amanda Nunes immediately go for the takedown, right? And try and beat her on the ground like Shevchenko did. Amanda Nunes thinking to herself, Shevchenko can do it. Submit her. I can submit her, right? What Amanda Nunes is attempting to do here is attack the mind. See, if Amanda Nunes knocks her out, that was a physical assault. Juliana Pena, in promoting this fight and saying what she had to get this fight, she said some things that rubbed Amanda Nunes the wrong way. So I wouldn't be surprised if Amanda goes for a submission in an attempt to attack the mind of Juliana Pena, right? I wouldn't be surprised. Either way, Nunes will be walking out of that arena and still bantamweight champion. Yeah, that's what I see. That's what I see. But Juliana Pena still has time, and she's still good enough to challenge in the future. So, or she could very well pull off a knockout punch, submission of her own, and win the match on Saturday. Either way, we will see. This is the beauty of it. Now, in the main event of the evening. Main event of the evening. We have Charles do Bronx Oliveira versus Dustin the Diamond Poirier. Let's take a look at the challenger. Let's take a look at the challenger.
Let's take
What's
a
up, man?
look at the challenger. So we are at the main event of the evening, aren't we?
Your voice is still.
It might be. Go for it.
Yeah, he can't. He got home right on time. He got home right on time. Right in time for the main event of the evening. So we have Charles Oliveira versus Dustin Poirier. Dustin Poirier. What's up, Coach?
Not much. Am I still weird?
Oh, man. It's still doing that.
Oh, man.
What is that?
Don't know.
Yeah, I'd like to talk to Woods about this main event. But while he's joining in, let's dive into Dustin Poirier real quick. The Diamond. Let's go back to the beginning. See, whenever you have fighters like these, you gotta go to the source. You gotta go to the source like the Matrix, right? He first fought in the Arkansas regional circuit back in 2007. He laid waste to the land, triangle chokes, strikes. Amateur, he was flawless. He became a pro in 2009, in which he knocked him out, submitted him. You know, he went on like a 7-fight win streak until he ran into Danny Castillo in WEC 650. Cruz versus Benavidez. Cruz won that match, by the way. He lost to Danny Castillo by unanimous decision. Now, in losing to Danny Castillo, he was exposed to the next level. Danny Castillo brings excellent wrestling, so Danny Castillo dominated the ground game, the grappling and all that in that particular instance. He lost to him, and then he's like, oh, okay. He went back on his win streak. He put together 4-fight win streak, 5, you know. But he fought one more time for WEC, and then WEC was acquired by the UFC, 2010. So now he's in the UFC. 3-fight win streak. He gets in there with Max Holloway. This is featherweight, by the way. Back in the featherweight division. He gets in there with Max Holloway. He beat Max Holloway by arm triangle. He was able to secure the triangle. Max wasn't tapping, so he pulled on his arm and, arm triangle. Arm bar / arm triangle. He came back. He lost to Chan Sung Jun by Darstroke. I remember that. In the 4th round on Fuel TV. Wow. And then he fought Jonathan Brookins. He beat him by Darstroke. Came back on Fuel TV for Cub Swanson. Lost to Cub Swanson. And he came back again. See, one thing about Dustin Poirier is you're going to hear he came back, and he came back, and he came back. Because that's all he does. He keeps coming back. He keeps coming back. I mean, he left high school before he could graduate. So there's no high school diploma. He's only left with working with these, you know? So he did his thing until he got into the UFC. He used these. And he kept coming back. He kept coming back. and he kept coming back. So, after he lost to Cub Swanson, he fought Eric Coach, Diego Brandao, Akira Kurasani, and then he got in there with Conor McGregor in 2014, in which he was promptly knocked out in the first round. That kind of messed him up. But he kept his foot to the ground and kept grinding. He fought Ferreira, knocked him out. Yancy Madero knocked him out. Joe Duffy, unanimous decision. Bobby Green knocked him out in the first round. Michael Johnson. He lost to Michael Johnson. Michael Johnson knocked him out. Then he was like, hey, I can't be doing this to myself, man. I'm losing to people I should be beating. So he went up to 155, lightweight division. He got in there with Jimmy Johnson, beat him. Eddie Alvarez, beat him. Anthony Pettis, beat him. Max Holloway 2. Now, this Max Holloway 2 was for the vacant interim, for the interim championship. Because I think something was up with Khabib. Oh, yeah. Khabib was in his country. He was in his country. He couldn't come to America because of COVID or something like that. Something. They couldn't fight. So Max stepped up, Max Holloway. So Poirier Holloway 2 happened. I agree that he beat Holloway. He promptly beat Holloway. 25-minute war. Beautiful match. Beautiful match. And then Khabib came back. They fought in Abu Dhabi. Khabib choked him out in the third. He came back. He almost unified the title with Khabib. He almost caught Khabib with that Darce choke or guillotine choke. But if you're going to finish any submission, you must secure the position before the submission. I don't believe this position was secured, which is why Khabib was able to escape. He found space and escaped. Dustin could have been the first and only person to beat Khabib. But, I mean, many people came close. It is what it is. Khabib's an outlier. But then again, he came back, fought Dan Hooker. Beat Dan Hooker. At this time, Khabib is no longer champion. He retired. And two people fought for the vacant title. I believe Chandler versus Charles Oliveira fought for the title. No. Yes. Chandler versus Oliveira for the title. Oliveira beat him. Became champion. Dustin elected to go money fight route. He fought Conor McGregor. He chopped his leg out. Flopped it. Couldn't stand on it. And promptly knocked him out in the second round. Conor called, this was January, by the way. By July, Conor was asking for another match, and they fought again. And this time, Conor broke his leg in the first round. Broke his leg. So that's another win over Conor. That's 2 paydays. 2. Now, because he kept winning, he chased the money, kept winning, the title came back around to him. He didn't even go chasing it. It chased him. That's why you got to focus on your money. Now he's facing the champion, Charles Oliveira. Charles Oliveira, also a veteran of the sport. Since we're going back to the beginning, let's go back to the beginning of him too. He started his career in 2007 as well. which he won by armbar. He laid waste to the Valley from 2008. Fought several times in 2008. He fought like 2, 4, 6 times in 2008. Fought a few more times, 2009, 2010. And then UFC on Versus 2, he made his debut in the UFC, and I remember this. He beat Darren Elkin by first round armbar. Came back, fought Efrain Escudero, beat him by rear naked choke. The man has the most submission victories in the UFC. So, back-to-back submission victories. He lost knee bar to Jim Miller. Jim Miller is a black belt veteran. He was a veteran back in 2010. Not to talk about he's a veteran right now. So, anyways, he lost to, there was a no contest to Nicky Lenz. He lost to Donald Cerrone by strikes. He came back, beat Eric Wisely by calf slicer. Jonathan Brookins, Darce choke. Lost to Cub Swanson by strikes. Lost to Frankie Edgar, a unanimous decision. Mind you, he's at, like Dustin, he's at 145. Came back, beat Andy Ogley, beat Hatsui Hayuki, all submissions. All the wins so far in the UFC have been submissions. And then he beat Jeremy Stephens by unanimous decision. Then he came back and fought Nicky Lenz again, beat him by guillotine choke. He fought Max Holloway, injured his neck and the shoulder area, so he lost. Came back, beat Miles Jury by guillotine choke. He lost to Anthony Pettis by guillotine choke, and he lost to Ricardo Almeida by guillotine choke. But he came back and beat Will Brooks by rear naked choke. He lost to Pearl Felder by ground and pound, but he came back and beat Clay Guida by guillotine choke. Christos Yago shot out, guillotine choke. Rear naked choke. Jim Miller, rear naked choke. He came back and beat the guy that beat him. Now he's in the 155-pound division, by the way. Nicky Lenz, Jared Gordon, Kevin Lee, Tony Ferguson, right? And then he fought Mike Chandler for that title, in which he won. And now he's facing Dustin Poirier. He's strung together some decent wins over decent guys. Now, if you are asking the question, which road was harder to the title, I'll say Dustin's road is harder. You know, we got Conor in there. We got Khabib. We got Holloway, Eddie Alvarez, former world champion. Justin Gaethje, former world champion. Anthony Pettis, former world champion. Eddie Alvarez, former world champion. You know? So, his road, Max Holloway, former world champion. Khabib, former world champion. Dan Hooker, in his last 12 matches, Dan Hooker is only non-champion. Let's say 10 matches. In his last 10 matches, Dan Hooker is the only one that's never been a world champion, at least not in the UFC, you know? So, Dustin's road has been harder. But, let's look at physical advantages. Dustin is 5'9", 73-inch reach. 5'9". Oliveira is taller. He should be 6'1" or something like that. He's 5'10", 74-inch reach. So Dustin's got longer arms. But Oliveira is taller. Excuse me. Oh, this is going to be a tough one to call. Tough indeed. Dustin's boxing is top notch. His pressure is relentless. Charles Oliveira is going to have to fight moving backwards, and he's got to be very good at it. He's got to watch out for those hooks, those looping hooks. He's got to be ready to shoot the double and fight a complete fight against Dustin Poirier. I don't think that Charles Oliveira's kickboxing is ready for Dustin's pressure. I don't think so. But if Charles Oliveira fights a complete mixed martial arts battle using everything, I think he stands a better chance of winning. He has to manage his cardio very well, because Dustin Poirier is known to go and keep going like the Energizer. So, tough one. I like both of them. Oliveira just won a belt a few months ago, back in May. Dustin Poirier has been an interim champion, not an undisputed champion, clear champion. So both of them have a right to the belt. They have a right to the belt. But though Poirier's road has been the tougher of the two, Charles Oliveira's road has been tough too. Charles Oliveira is from Brazil, in some favela. You know what I mean? He's done very well for himself, and he's reached the mountaintop. And I just don't feel he's ready to let it go. I think he's going to inch this one out by split decision. He's going to wrestle really well. He's not wrestle, but he's going to grapple really well. He's going to hold position. He's going to take the back, put the hammer lock in. Body lock, I mean. You know what I mean? He's going to slow the pace down. He's going to win by smarts. He's not going to trade with Dustin. Dustin will knock him out. Easy. I see him shooting a double. I'm sure he worked on a whole lot of wrestling for this camp, because Dustin himself is a former wrestler. So he wants to be ready, you know. But I believe Oliveira will be faster, better lateral movement than Dustin. Dustin will have good pressure, but Dustin lacks like fast twitch speed. You know, Oliveira has that. But with faster speed comes fatigue. Will Oliveira be able to sustain his energy for 25 minutes? Or will Dustin Poirier eventually corner him and smash him to oblivion, becoming the new undisputed champion? This is a question that needs to be answered. One is already the champion, so I'm not going to pick against the champion. I'm going with Charles Oliveira to win this one by split decision. Yes, split decision. Excuse me. Oh, it's been a long day, by the way. A couple of things in the news. I want to touch on Khamzat Chimaev and Neil Magny. Neil Magny wrote a post on his Facebook, and he said, "What's going on? I'm right here ready to go." And then I wrote, maybe you should get a little bit louder. Maybe you should go on that Ariel Alwani show. Unbeknownst to me, it was already set up. So I believe yesterday he went on the Alwani show and he laid it down, you know. He did his interview. Alwani told him to call out the opponent. He looked into the camera and he spoke to Khamzat Chimaev. He said what he had to say. And we're still waiting for Khamzat to respond. Or will he? Will Khamzat Chimaev respond? Hamzat Chimaev is the new thing, is the next big thing. He's going to be it's looking like he's going to be dominating folks for some time. He's got Khabib-like dominance when it comes to the wrestling. He's got very good power in his hands. Not a very good kickboxer. Not a very good boxer. But that wrestling is so dominant that it transcends the other deficit that he has. Don't get it twisted. Hamzat Chimaev will punch your face off, but he's just not super technical, like an Adrian Yanez, like a Conor McGregor, you know. But he's got that speed. He's got that wrestling. And that usually wins his fights for him, kind of like Khabib. But one thing I like about this guy is he's investing in striking. I can see that he's investing in striking. He's got knockout wins, right? He's got a couple of knockout wins. So he's aiming to be a complete mixed martial artist. So shout out to Hamzat Chimaev. Now, why hasn't the UFC acknowledged the grappler? It's very simple. He's bad for business. Imagine Neil Magny goes into the match and defeats Hamzat Chimaev. The mystique will be completely over because is he a top 10, top 15 fighter? Even if he is top 10, top 15. Neil Magny would have destroyed something that could be as big, if not bigger, than Conor McGregor. Because this guy, though he's Russian, he's Arab Russian, right? He's Muslim. The Muslims will embrace him like they embrace Khabib, and he will be their champion. And understand, revenue will rise. That oil money don't play. That's for real. Look at Khabib. They paid him so much money. He built his own federation. Eagles fighting something. Right? So you can't put Neil Magny against this guy. Neil Magny is a complete fighter, excellent grappler. Very good striking as well, kickboxing. Cardio for days. You can't risk Hamzat Chimaev against a guy like this. What is wrong with Neil Magny? Neil Magny is a good man, but he lacks charisma. He lacks charisma. Like, he tried to cut a promo, you know, after the Ariel Helwani show, but it was weak. It was weak. I would advise him to take improv classes. You know, improv classes, just to, you know, show him a different part of himself. You know, very good fighter, deserves more than he's getting, but you can't blame the company because the guy is kind of boring on the mic, you know. So this is why you can't make a fight like that happen. You can't risk Hamza losing to a guy like this. You know, people don't know him, even though he's a champion in his own right. People don't know him. He's not that entertaining, even though he's a fantastic, phenomenal fighter. Not that entertaining. It's just not his thing. So that's the downfall of being a martial artist. You don't get paid like you're supposed to. You know, the ones that are performers, entertainers, fighters, quote unquote, those are the ones that get paid the most. Every now and then you'll catch a Khabib, but if you really think about it, Khabib rocked the mic. He rocked the mic with bad English, but he rocked the mic. You know, I mean, think about when he called for that Conor McGregor fight. When they said, "I fight your chicken. I fight you. You don't like this? Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah. I know you guys don't like this, but Alhamdulillah, I'm going to smash your boy." Yeah, he looked at the crowd. He said, "I'm going to smash your boy. I'm going to smash your boy. They're going to chicken, something, chicken. I smash your chicken." You know, he promoted that. He advocated for that. You know, he advocated for himself. And he got the match, right? He got the opportunity. You got to be able to say something. Khabib has bad English, but yet he got the job done. You know, if you're a Neil Magny, or anyone like Neil Magny, learn to rock the mic. Learn to rock the mic. You know, learn to rock the mic. And your future will be much brighter. But anyways, like, share, and subscribe to Voodoo in the Woods. You can find me, Voodoo Maximus, on Instagram, on YouTube, on Facebook, on YouTube page, Facebook page, on Snapchat. You know what I'm saying? My boy, According to Woods, you can find him, According to Woods, on all locations, platforms and locations. So, you know, it is what it is. Shout out to all of you out there. We're going to be coming back on Sunday, maybe at 4 o'clock. We'll see. We'll let you know. We'll be coming back and we'll be seeing y'all. Thank you very much.